Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty big news, because we actually had some, kind of canceling going on, as well as some pretty hot takes when it comes to the PlayStation 5 literal CEO himself, Jim Ryan. Now, whenever it comes to these types of videos, it's always, I think, best for me to kind of have a nice little neutral ground when it comes to this type of stuff, although it is a little bit on the weirder side when it comes to these emails actually being sent on out, as well as just a lot of the internet itself is kind of up in arms about it. Now, once again, I'm just kind of keeping, especially when it comes to everything, when it comes to politics on either side, I just feel like it's not my place for a YouTube video itself, but it kind of more so report on the news and what's kind of going on. And as I mentioned, a lot of people are very, very upset, and I don't want to say they're necessarily trying to cancel per se, but they're definitely judging the take. They're definitely going and getting, kind of rising up on Twitter, but at the same time, it's always Twitter nonetheless. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of intriguing stuff to go and talk about. Now, I'm going to use intriguing as a very, very light term, I guess, because it's just kind of weird. It's kind of a weird thing. So, like I said, the internet is basically up in arms right now against the PlayStation CEO. So, let's, I guess, report on. This actually happened earlier on today, maybe 2-3 hours ago or so. So, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, the Webull and Coinbase down below, as well the Twitter giveaway down below. And as always, just try your best to be nice and cordial in the comment section down below. But of course, as well, you guys can say whatever you just want to go and say in the first place. So, as of today, we've had a very, very intriguing day nonetheless. We actually have an official article over here from Jason Schreier, which is, we're going to show you guys in a second. It's definitely been leading a lot of controversy everywhere out there, where the PlayStation boss, Jim Ryan himself, sent out an email today asking for his staff to respect the differences of opinion on abortion rights, which, first and foremost, if you have a CEO or a boss kind of going throwing that off in the first place, you already know it's going to be a doozy. Whether you guys are on either side, like I said, it's not our place. I'm just reporting on the news itself to go talk about it. But when it comes to this, you already know that's like basically when your boss sends you out one of those emails and you just read the first line and you're already going to be like, well, this is going to end up on Twitter, or I am totally going to hear Jim from accounting bring this up later on. Either way, and this is definitely, one of those for sure. He then also went on to go and write 5 different paragraphs about his 2 cats' birthdays, their habits, and his desire to get a dog. So, there you go. So, we're going to a little bit about our cold stuff in a second, but definitely a lot of people, if you guys are looking on Twitter, if you guys are looking on general comments, when you guys are looking to employees, a lot of people, first and foremost, are a little bit on the confused side, but as well, also on the apprehensive side of it's like, why are they bringing this up? Why are they talking about this? What's going on in the workplace, etc., etc. This also happened right after the Bungie announcement, too, as well, that basically had their own official statement in regards to it, which is also, once again, a little bit on the weirder side, nonetheless. So, the actual article itself is a Bloomberg article over here, where you guys can go and see the article with Sony and PlayStation staff fume now over the CEO's abortion comments. We're also seeing a lot of stuff too as well up on the Twitter, which I'll show you guys up here in a second. But as you guys can kind of see over here, some staff at Sony Group Corporation are seething following an email Thursday from the head of PlayStation that urged employees to respect differences of opinion on abortion rights before entering into 5 detailed paragraphs about his 2 cats' first birthdays. It just, it's something like, I've been doing this news stuff for a while, and every now and then I always kind of feel like, okay, I can't be that much more surprised. Just imagine reading that last line out again. It's just you're just kind of like, wait, what? You hear someone talk about that, at a Starbucks, or you're just walking by someone, you would definitely give a double take on that. So the email opens by addressing several current events, including the recent leak of the draft of the U.S. Supreme Court opinion that signaled an intention to overturn the landmark 1973 case Roe v. Wade, which legalized abortion nationwide. Many corporations have felt pressure from employees to comment on the case, but most video game companies have remained silent in the matter. Now, this might be a hot take. I'm sorry in advance for it, so if you guys don't mind, but I kind of feel like in my case, I can see on both sides. I do kind of prefer just video games, just being video games, just make a good game at the end of the day. You don't have to do much more, for me at least. But I could also go to appreciate the stands too as well, where people can also find solace in maybe their favorite game or their favorite organization or their favorite company, also either standing by either for or against whatever bad thing is going on in the world. So I can kind of go either way myself. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a little bit more on the weirder side because when you have the CEO making private statements to the people in the email, like I think it seems weird, you know. It's I don't know. This is definitely always one of those like touchy subjects you can bring up on a YouTube video itself, but like I can kind of see on both sides of people being like, well, it's nice, or well, it's bad, or this. It always just depends on the issue, depends on what's happening, depends on what's happening in the world, etc., etc. So there were a few notable exceptions, however, such as Bungie, which actually, fun enough, Bungie itself, it literally was just bought out by PlayStation in general, which is the developer of the Destiny game, which called the decision a direct attack on human rights in a blog post last week. Standing up for reproductive choice and liberty is not a difficult decision to make, Bungie said, receiving largely positive reactions from its employees. Sony agreed earlier on this year to actually literally go and buy Bungie for $3.6 billion. In the email, seen, which I kind of wish I could have saw the email itself, seen by Bloomberg, PlayStation President Jim Ryan didn't go and take a stance on abortion rights, instead writing that the company and its community are multifaceted and diverse, holding many different points of view. He wrote that, "We owe it to each other and to PlayStation's millions of users to respect differences of opinion among everyone in our internal and external communities. Respect does not equal agreement, but is fundamental to who we are as a company and as a valued global brand." Now, I kind of get what he's saying, though, here either way. Once again, like, you guys don't need to know any of my thoughts or opinions, and I'm sure, like, you know, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, when it comes to gaming as a whole, like, it's kind of a weird subject to bring it up. It's kind of a weird thing to broach into. I can kind of see what he's saying, though, either way. He's kind of saying no matter what, just try to be a good person at the end-all, base-all level, which I can totally understand, especially with this line saying respect does not equal agreement. But, of course, obviously, people are very upset with that when it comes to the articles, when it comes to the tweets, when it comes to the comments, when it comes to, like, you know, kind of somewhat being a fence-sitter as well. I'm just, like I said, just reporting on the news of what's going on as well. But it's just intriguing to go and see this because it's like we also had Phil Spencer himself. We made a video on that like right before this one, who also had some hot takes more so when it comes to the games and a little bit of disappointment on what's going on for the future of like Starfield and Redfall. So it's just intriguing seeing how the CEO is kind of in the news as of today. Ryan also then went on to go and write that he would like to share something lighthearted to help inspire everyone to be mindful of having balance that can help ease the stress of uncertain world events. Saying it was recently his cat's first 2 birthdays and elaborating over the first 2 paragraphs about his first cat's birthday cakes, their noises, and his desire to 1K get a dog. So, like, this, I think that's maybe why some people are so confused and whatever. Like I said, it's not really like my place or it's a YouTuber. It's just like, I'm just kind of reporting on the news itself, but it is a little bit of a weird segue to go into like pretty big world economic, you know, like issues and like, you know, world like things going on throughout the world, like the day-to-day life that they're affecting people. And then it segues into his cat's birthdays, you know? It's just like the concept of that alone is just weird. It's just like, that's like basically me coming up on a YouTube video and being like, hey guys, my wife is pregnant. And then, well, I'm going to talk about how I got a really nice burger. It's just like the flow is just a little bit not there, I guess. It's just a really weird thing. So basically, in internal discussions viewed by Bloomberg, which haven't been seen previously reported, employees at several PlayStation studios expressed their displeasure at the tone of the email. Some women wrote that they felt their rights were disrespected or trivialized by the message, and one employee said they'd never been so mad about a cat's birthday before. And that also kind of goes and segues on over to Twitter too as well, where, like I said, it's not my place to say anything too on top of that. You can see a lot of people that are just talking about this type of stuff. A lot of people are, like, upset, obviously, like, you know, and like a lot of cases rightfully so. Like I said, I don't want to take any stances, not my place, whatever, but there's a lot of things that Jim Ryan himself, like, you could definitely tell people are very upset. And even as of right now, you could even see Jim Ryan trending up on Twitter too on top of that, and it's kind of all over the place too as well. So, like, some people are like, this is like, we understand the thought process, which, like I said, I can kind of understand how he's trying to be like, just respect everyone, but I could also see the other viewpoints too as well, where a lot of folks are being like, hey, like, either I'm a woman or, like, you know, I just don't believe in these choices and these kind of like overall decisions going on in the world itself. So it's just one of those very, very, very big things where a lot of folks are going to be, well, obviously complaining, rightfully so or not rightfully so. It's not my place to go and say. And yeah, people on Twitter are upset. People on Reddit are going to be upset, and they're already trending up here. So you guys already know this is going to be going all over the news everywhere. And as well, sometimes you also always have the memes over here where you go and have the cats going working on the Sony board itself. But It does go to show that a lot of people are affected by it, a lot of people are upset by it, and like I said, it's just kind of a weird email to go and talk about, but I just hope his cats are actually cute. So, gonna give me your thoughts and comments down below on this one. Like I said multiple times, I'm just reporting on the news. It's like, and also, if you guys can, just try your best to be nice and polite in the comment section down below. I think you guys usually are either way, and this is just some weird news to bring on up, and like I said, there's definitely the big parallels between Bungie and Jim Ryan, which I do think a lot of folks are kind of, well, definitely bringing up too light in the first place. So, yeah, just be nice, be respectful in the comment section down below, be civil, and one of these days we'll have a random day where there's just not crazy news going on where I'm thinking, did I really just read that? Either way. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch link down below. The Webull and Coinbase down below. And the Twitter giveaway down below. And like I said, give me your thoughts as well down below.